guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Kick-Ass 2, and I personally love Kick-Ass, so I was really looking forward to Kick-Ass 2, the sequel, even though the critics didn't seem to like it. But I was still really looking forward to this movie walking into the theater. But what was this movie about? We get to see a new superhero team being created called Justice Forever with very familiar faces. Jim Carrey, who plays Star Spangled Stripes, and we get to see Kick-Ass's best friend. So we're getting a cool mix for this team. And the guy from Scrubs is here, which I kind of really enjoy because I love that show. I think it's always awesome. So seeing Donald Faison as a superhero was definitely an enjoyment. So we got a real cool mix of characters in Justice Forever. And then we have the supervillain team being created. Motherfucker, who was Red Mist, is our new supervillain because he wanted to be a superhero, now he's trying to be a supervillain, and he wants to kill Kick-Ass because his father was killed because of Kick-Ass. So that's pretty much his journey throughout this whole entire movie, trying to find a team, Mother Russia, all these different supervillains. And then we have Mindy, who's just trying to be a normal person because Marcus wants her to stop being Hit Girl because it doesn't seem like a great childhood for her. Marcus doesn't believe it's a great childhood for her, so she's going to high school, trying to be popular, and getting like a boyfriend. You know, she's trying to be popular, trying to be a normal girl, but what will bring her back to her Hit Girl costume if she does go back to her Hit Girl costume? Yeah, so this movie I honestly really enjoyed. It was my favorite movie from this summer. I think it still had that kick-ass humor that we really enjoyed in the first movie. I was cracking up with pretty much every scene, which I really enjoyed with Kick-Ass, and I think it's a better comedy than most comedies. Especially, I mean, it's a little obviously rated R comedy, but I totally enjoyed that. That's really what Kick-Ass is. I wouldn't bring your children to Kick-Ass. You can see the title. But yeah, it's kind of cruel humor, but it's definitely enjoyable humor, and that's what you got with the first Kick-Ass movie and what made it so fun. And then, of course, we had the action and the gore, which was great in this movie. I thought the action was a better budget because it actually had a better budget, this second movie, because the first movie was, I think, produced by an indie company, an indie movie company, and then ended up becoming a regular movie company, took the rights to it, like, last minute, so the production value wasn't that high. But for the second movie, of course, we have a higher production value because the first movie actually did really well with DVD sales and, like, Netflix and everything, but didn't do as well in the movie theater. So, the quality of the movie was a lot better. I thought the action sequences were really good. The CGI, the one problem I had with it was the van scene. It wasn't perfect, but I still loved the action sequences there. I thought it was perfect for the action sequences. Again, the CGI wasn't perfect there, but action sequences in this whole movie were great. Now, what did I enjoy the most here was Hit Girl, of course. I think she makes this franchise or this series, and I think the parts where she wasn't in the movie was the unenjoyable parts, but really she was in most of this movie, and we get to see a journey of her trying to discover herself, really what every teenager does do, so it's kind of cool to see that here. So I did enjoy that a lot. Now, comparing it to the comic book, because I did read the Kick-Ass 2, and I'm Comic Uno, so I'm going to compare it to the comic book. I thought it was better than the comic book because I thought it was more organized here, in which I think I could definitely give to the movie. It's definitely a lot more organized. Did they leave parts out from the comic book? Definitely. Did they change things? Yeah, which made it a lot fresher for comic book readers, which I did like that they changed the ending a little. Actually changed the ending a lot here. But because they left things out from the comic books, I thought it was a little confusing for the movie. Some examples of that is how Mindy ended up becoming popular. It came out of the blue in the movie. It's like, oh wait, she's going to the sleepover, why? But in the comic book, she ends up threatening the main girl. I don't actually know her name because they didn't really explain it in this movie, but she puts the main girl over a roof and says, hey, you should invite me to your sleepover. So in just a Hit Girl way, invite me to your sleepover. They didn't do that in the movie. They just made Mindy go to a random sleepover. And also Dan was the person to help her become popular, and they kind of skipped that part in the movie, so it's a little more confusing jumping into her being popular, but you really feel for the character when things do happen here. Of course, I'm not going to spoil it, but you really do feel for the character, and seeing, again, her trying to figure out who she is. Is she Hit Girl, or is she Mindy, or could she mix more of that? So that was good. Again, felt that was a little rushed here, but in the comic I felt they explained that more, but still love the scenes with Mindy here and trying to get used to high school. One thing I really thought was weird was the Katie breakup. I really enjoyed Katie and Kick-Ass's relationship in the first movie, and they brushed it under the rug in this movie. You know, it's a big part was that what they changed in the first movie is that Katie and Kick-Ass were together. They were girlfriend and boyfriend. Now, in the comics, they broke up. But in this movie, Kick-Ass and Mindy are having a conversation. Mindy's like, I have to quit being Hit Girl. You know, Marcus doesn't like it. So everyone thinks that Kick-Ass is breaking up with Mindy. And Katie's like, oh no, you're breaking up with a freshman and you're dating her? Oh, slap in the face. I don't like you anymore. And she walks away. So that is the weirdest breakup I've ever heard, especially since she knows he's Kick-Ass. Really? I thought she could have been a superhero just like the best friend, but they just totally went off with that character. I just did not like that breakup, and I guess they just didn't want that character in the movie, but why put them together in the first movie if you didn't want them in the second movie? So I was kind of confused with that, and they ruined Katie's character there. So that was one thing I didn't really enjoy. They did rush things here, you know, with Motherfucker actually. He was a little rushed. He was more of a terrorist in the comic books, I would say. He was more of a threat, more of a villain. I didn't see him as a bigger threat here. Yeah, he had a whole super villain team, but was he a big threat? Not really. He just wanted to kill Kick-Ass. Of course, he killed his father, but I feel like the whole world doesn't see him as a threat like we saw him in the comic book. And in Kick-Ass 3, I'm reading that now because I think there are 2 issues in. He's definitely a threat. Everyone thinks he's like a terrorist, and I don't feel like they would feel that in the movie. But I really still enjoyed this movie to the fullest. Those are just little nitpicks I had with it, but I still thought this movie was really fun. I thought Hit Girl definitely made this movie, and found her match with Mother Russia, which I thought was amazing, that fight scene. But it was just fun, and I like that they changed the ending. In the comic book, she actually gets arrested, Hit Girl, and in the end, she just kind of runs away, so she doesn't get arrested, and I want to see how that's going to change. I like that they changed the movie from the comic book a little, and the way that Red Mist does get killed here changed a little. So I like the parts that they did change because I think they made it a little bit better and a little bit more I think made for a movie. I think it made sense for this movie franchise. Again, I had so much fun with this movie. Again, only little problems here. I think, again, they maybe went into Mindy becoming popular a little bit too quickly, but the way she went through life and, you know, went through her high school days, we felt for her, which is really great. And I think even with the fighting scenes, we felt for these characters. And you never really get to see that much. Sometimes you just have mindless fighting scenes with these superhero movies, but you felt for these characters, and I think that's what's really important here, and especially for Mindy. I think we definitely felt for this character, and seeing her just become a teenager, trying to find out who she is, and she realizes exactly who she is, and I really enjoyed Hit Girl here. She was definitely MVP here. Kick-Ass was really good. Honestly, the Justice Forever was a lot better in the movie than the comic. I felt we didn't really know the Justice Forever that much in the comic. They were just kind of there and randomly there, but with the movie, I think it definitely made sense, especially with Hit Girl quitting. And trying to have a normal life, it made sense here. So a lot of things made sense. It was more organized, this movie, than the comic. So honestly, I liked the movie a lot better than the comic. I had tons of fun with it. Action sequences were great. Jim Carrey did an amazing job. I thought the cast did an amazing job here. Can't wait for the third one. I think there should be a third one. I'm pretty excited for that one. And definitely see this movie if you have a chance, because it is my favorite movie of the year. So definitely watch this. Tell me what you thought about this movie. Did you like it? If you didn't like it, tell me what you didn't like about it, because I know some people didn't like it. But I enjoyed Hit Girl. I definitely want to watch Kick-Ass 1 and Kick-Ass 2 back to back, because I think that would be really great. So watch this. Again, only minor problems I had with it, so I'm going to give this 4.5. Again, the Katie thing, some stuff for Rush, but other than that, really enjoyed this movie. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. I give Kick-Ass 2 a 4.5, and I'll see you guys later. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Bye, guys.